This is very important thing. Repetitive elements may be present in some project deliverables and activity. There will be some repetitions. This repetition does not change the fundamental or unique characteristics of the project. Repetitions will be there. If you are making one building, you are making one road. Second time, you are making another road, correct? It's a repetition. Deliverable is what? A road. Simple. Activities are also common. But we have to understand one phenomenon. One road you are making on the hilltop at the height of maybe 5,000 meters or 3,000 meters. And one road you are making at the road, at the plain grounds. Ultimately, you are making roads at both places. But making a road at hill, 3,000, 5,000 meter height, location is changed. Environmental conditions are changed. Resource movement might change. So that's why, even though there is a repetitive nature of job, still the conditions, surroundings, locations, and even if it is the same location, still it requires a dedicated, specific values, specific conditions fit for that particular project. So that's why this variance, this condition makes every project a unique. You cannot just make a road at 5,000 feet height in the mountains with the same practices you follow in the plains. Definitely, it's not that all will not be repeated. It's not like that. But in total, repetition is not possible because skill sets will be different. But end product is road. That's why this is called, the repetitiveness is there, but still there will be a different unique characteristics has to be added on case to case basis, project to project basis. Projects are undertaken at all organizational levels. A project can involve a single individual or a group. See, in general, these projects are taken by the organization. So we'll construct a plant. I think that is the most easy example to understand and visualize the concept, correct? So in that case, a project can be involved by a group, but it is an organizational approach. It could be by the organization which need that project at the same time, but they don't have a capability. So they may have to involve another company, another agencies, another contracting companies, another construction companies to make that work for them. Correct? So this is how the project management really works at organization level with the help of collaborations between the organizations. And a capability of organization. The organization is able to do that project. Does the organization has a funds right now, or they need a funding from banks, or they need some institutional funding? So that's why when organization decided to do a project, that project need to be undertaken with the help of support of multiple organizations and multiple stakeholders. Even, for example, merging two organizations, building or improvising existing organizational processes, exploring oil and gas in the region, correct? Or building a new refinery. a research work for new manufacturing process. There are many researches are going on in the world to have the manufacturing processes with reduced carbon footprints. Manufacturing processes with essentially having the recycling as a part of reducing the carbon footprint. So that is a research work for improvising for new manufacturing processes or constructing a new plant altogether. So this is how a wide range and wide wings of project managements are there to provide a growth curve or to provide a growth solution. This is very important. As in the beginning, I said that this is not a long time effort. It is a defined time scale activity. Project management is a defined time scale activity. That's why it is called temporary. It's a temporary endeavor. The temporary nature of projects indicates that a project has a definite beginning and end. Temporary does not mean a project has a short duration. Yeah, that's the most important thing. When I use the word temporary, it does not mean a short duration. End and start and end is sure. It could be 1 year, it could be 3 months, it could be 3 years. But it's temporary because nobody wants to keep constructing the Burj Khalifa for 100 years. You construct in 4 years, open it for all the stakeholders, businesses, visitors, tourists, everything. The end of the project is reached when one or more of the following is true. That's another very important thing which I would like to emphasize right now. How you define project is completed. So basically you will say very simply that what we expected, we are getting it out of that project. We wanted 100 kilometers of road, 100 kilometers of road is done. Job is, our objective is achieved. Objective was to connect 2 cities. And for that connectivity, we wanted to what? We wanted to make a road, 100-kilometer road to connect that city. So objective was to connect both the cities because they're industrial hub and they need a connectivity, correct? And to fulfill that objective, we were supposed to make 6-lane or 8-lane roads, a special corridor for freight because there were industrial hubs. Correct? Now, so we met an objective. Second scenario is even project is considered like the cycle that duration is we reach the project end. So it is not that you always achieve an objective. The objective will not or cannot be met. That terrain is so bad. Okay. It has a lot of different problems. You cannot construct a road in that terrain. So objective cannot be met. Funding is exhausted or no longer available for allocation of the project. There are many projects in the world which gets delayed because the funding for the project is not there. You start with some part funding, but you need a phasing of the funding. If you require 100 million and that 100 million is required in the next 3 years, but you start the business with an assumption that you're going to get funds from bank because you have only 20 million with you, 80 million you're going to arrange from the investors and stakeholders and the bank loan, but you're not getting bank loans, you're not getting investors. The need for the project no longer exists. The objective was to connect 2 cities. But what happened now? The one city has now stopped working anymore on that manufacturing hubs concept. That concept has migrated to another city. So the project is not required at all. Why should we connect these 2 cities now? The requirement does not exist now. Of course, you have to make for human transportation and everything, that's a different issue. But the objective was to connect the industrial hubs. The human or physical resources are no longer available. This is also another reason. I just gave the example of 2 cities on the higher level, but other points like human and physical resources are not available. This could differ your project. Means if you wanted to complete the project in 4 years, but because of lack of fund, lack of human resources or the physical resources, project got delayed. Project got delayed by extraordinary delay. Project is terminated for legal cause or convenience. Any legal cause which is there in the project. So the project is not legally compliant. It's not environmental compliant. It has a legal issues. What the product you're going to make is going to have an environmental impact. So that's why that manufacturing product is not required to be made in this region at all. So there's a legal cause. So the idea is project is a temporary endeavor. It comes to an end in all these scenarios. Okay, in all these scenarios. Projects are temporary, but their deliverables may exist beyond the end of the project. This is a very simple thing. Projects are temporary. You make a project to construct a road. You finish in 2 years or 3 years or 1 year. But deliverable was what? Road. That exists beyond the end of the project. It is for next 20 years, 30 years. Projects may produce deliverables of a social, economic, material or environmental nature. For example, a project to build a national monument will create a deliverable expected to last for centuries. And we all know there are many national monuments across all the countries in the world, which are there for many years, many decades, since many decades or many centuries. So the project is a temporary, but deliverables last for years and years.